August 2nd, 1941. Detroit, Michigan. Inside Packard Motor Car Company's East Grand Boulevard plant, two Rolls-Royce Merlin engines roared to life on test stands. But something was different. These weren't British engines. They were American-made copies, built from British blueprints that Packard's engineers had completely rewritten. The crowd watching that day had no idea they were witnessing an engineering revolution, because hidden inside those engines was a secret that would transform World War II. The bearings were different. The tolerances were tighter. Even the thread patterns on every bolt had been painstakingly replicated from Britain's arcane Whitworth system. Detroit had just turned a hand-fitted luxury engine into America's most mass-produced power plant, and they'd done it by breaking every rule Rolls-Royce held sacred. This is the untold story of how Packard engineers solved an impossible problem, not by winning battles, but by conquering something far more difficult, converting 14,000 precision parts from imperial measurements to American mass production, without losing a single horsepower.
In early 1942, the United States Army Air Forces had a fighter they loved and a fighter they couldn't use. The P-51 Mustang, powered by the Allison V-1710 engine, was beautiful at low altitude, fast, agile, deadly below 15,000 feet. But above that, it became a struggling, gasping liability. The problem wasn't the airframe. North American aviation had designed a masterpiece. The problem was physics. The Allison engine used a single-stage supercharger that simply couldn't compress enough air at high altitude. By 25,000 feet, where German fighters operated with ease, the P-51 was down to barely 1,000 horsepower. By 30,000 feet, it was essentially helpless. The cruel irony? American bomber crews desperately needed escort fighters that could operate at precisely those altitudes. B-17 Flying Fortresses cruised between 25 and 30,000 feet on their bombing runs deep into Germany. Without fighters capable of matching that altitude performance, they were being slaughtered.